Sammy from Revolver TV. We're backstage at Ozzfest meets Knotfest, thanks to our wonderful partners at Musicians Institute, and we are here with none other than Dave Mustaine from Megadeth. How are you today?
I'm great.
Excellent, and I know you're about to crush it later tonight on stage, but ahead of time, you guys, Sabbath is here, and it's the end, if it is the end for them.
And it is.
So, I was kind of interested in what some of your stories are in terms of, the first time you heard Sabbath. Can you take us back to that moment?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit X-rated, not perversion-wise, but more along the lines of explicit drugs. So, I was 13, going to high school, and the guy that lived in my apartment building his name was Alfie, and I may have the age off by a little teeny bit, but he was selling commercial pot. It's 50 cents a joint. So we would go to his house, buy some joints, smoke pot, and then listen to Black Sabbath. And his room had all the windows were blacked out, and he had those fuzzy black light posters. So we would sit in there and listen to Sabbath forever. And it was a huge part of my growing up. Not so much influencing me as a guitar player, but I loved the music.
Right. And can you tell us a little bit about, have you met the guys in passing? I mean, I'm sure, but, what can you tell some memories of that? Have you ever had a good time with Ozzy or Tony or Geezer?
Of course I've met him. And as far as like having a good time, there's different ways to explain that. I remember participating in a golf tournament with Frank Sinatra and got a golf club from the event, and I knew that Ozzy was a big Frank Sinatra fan, so I gave him that golf club, and he hugged me, and everyone freaked out because he did that. And apparently, if Ozzy hugs you, you're in the family forever, which is great. Also, when we were in South America, Tony and I spent some time exercising after he was in his convalescing from his treatment. He was doing a lot of walking and stuff like that, and he asked me if I wanted to go with him for one of the days to go walk and talk, and it was really life-changing for me because he's such an icon to all of us.
Sure.
And again, although it's not really that much of an influence guitar playing wise, musically, I loved his music, and I love him as a person. He's just a very wonderful human being.
That's amazing. I'd love to go hiking with some of my favorite musicians.
Yeah, and it was cool too because we weren't out bonging or slamming beers or looking at chicks and stuff like that. It was two guys who had a mutual respect for one another, walking around a beautiful lake in South America and just talking about life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds very special. And I just, for the viewers as well, what else can they expect from Megadeth for the rest of the year, maybe in the beginning of next year?
Well, we are finishing up our own dystopian tour with Amon Amarth, Suicidal Tendencies, Metal Church, and the Butcher Babies until the end of this tour ends October 16th. We're going to go home and start listening to music, getting ready for whatever comes next for us. In November, I'm going to be heading to Tokyo to go do an award show. In December, I'll be doing another award show, and got a couple private acoustic shows that we're going to be doing for charity.
Awesome.
And as far as the rest of the year, it's pretty much just getting ready for the next record, and 2017 is pretty balls to the wall touring. A lot of really great festivals and stuff like that we're planning for. But I like to take the time I have off and focus on writing as much as I can. I'm working on a new book.
Oh, excellent.
A Tout Le Monde beer is coming out October 21st. I have a winery that we started a couple years ago,
right.
and that's flourishing, and we always wanted to do a beer, and hooked up with a company in Quebec called Unibrew.
Yes.
They've got almost 300 gold awards for their beer. Now, if you look at the side of a Budweiser can, there's maybe like 12 of them or something. So there's a considerable difference between 12 and almost 300. Now, I like it. I wouldn't put my name on it if I didn't. I know a couple other bands that sell their beer. I've tasted Iron Maiden's beer,
sure,
which is good. I think mine's better. And that's obviously up to the person drinking it. And I've seen other people put their name on beer cans that really aren't interested in it at all. It's a marketing thing, which is cool because I remember Motley Crue had stuck their name on cigarettes and they'd done it on vodka and stuff like that too.
Right.
But I'm an entrepreneur, and I believe if I'm going to put my name on something, just like my guitars, it has to be the ultimate primo.
Excellent. So it sounds like there's a lot going on in Megadeth's world. Beer's coming out. They're touring. They got a whole bunch of things going on. So make sure you check them out. I want to thank you, Dave, so much for joining
You're
us
welcome.
today. Sammy for Revolver TV.